There's so many misconceptions out there, and I want to get to the first one right away. Because contrary to popular belief, businesses do not automatically have the right to lay people off temporarily. And that comes as a shock to a lot of people. And the first objection I get is that, well, talks about in the Employment Standards Act, it talks about temporary layoffs. That only explains how you do it if you have the right. It doesn't give you the right. The second objection I usually get is that if you read the headlines, of course, we read about massive layoffs in Air Canada and Cineplex and everyone else. And I can't speak to those particular situations, but I would speculate that either many of them have collective agreements, which allow for temporary layoffs. Some of them probably have strong contracts, which allow for temporary layoffs. And some of them may be either knowingly or unknowingly taking a risk that at the end of the day, any cost savings are going to be largely outweighed by potential liability. If you're an employee and you're told that you're being sent home, I would have that frank conversation and say that your understanding is the company doesn't have the right to do that. You're willing to talk to them and see if there's a way to minimize the impact on your income, but you're not just going to accept the fact that you're being temporarily laid off. It's a very different situation where there is a union and a collective agreement, and most collective agreements will allow for temporary layoffs. So in that case, there may not be much that you can do unless the layoff goes beyond what is permitted by either the employment standards legislation or the collective agreement. But otherwise, this is one of those very rare situations where being part of a union might actually put you in more of a disadvantage than not being part of one.